I greet you in Jesus' name. My topic today is entitled, Almost Thou Persuaded Me to Be a Christian. And my text is taken from Acts 26, verses 1 to 32. It is from these words of Agrippa that the hymn Almost Persuaded was based. Almost persuaded now to believe, almost persuaded Christ to receive. Seems now some soul to say, Go, Spirit, go thy way. Some more convenient day on thee I will call. From these words of Agrippa, 3 words for our thoughts come to mind. First, Christian, a despised word. There are a few names for believers in the Bible: disciples, saints, and brethren. Notice a name for the believer that was given by the word Acts 11:26. From all indications, it was a name given to believers in mockery. It is a name by which the Lord's people are known to this day. It is a name that identifies the believer with Christ and Christ with the believer. Christian is word that identifies a people who attest to a change. 2 Corinthians 5:17, accept a call. 2 Corinthians 5 verses 18 to 20, and are assured a cross. Philippians 1:29. Christians are a people who stand out from the crowd. Acts 11:25 and 26. Our character, conduct, and our conversation ought to advertise to the world that we are His. Secondly, persuade, decisive word. Persuade means to convince by argument and reason, to draw on, incline the will to determination by presenting motives to the mind. Acts 18:4, Acts 19:26, and 2 Corinthians 5:11. A. Persuade men by our life. 4. Verse 4. Note continuance in verse 22. B. Persuade men by using the word. Verse 22. C. Persuade men by lifting up Christ. Verse 23. D. Persuade men by our persistency. Verse 29. Not persuade men until you are fully persuaded. 2 Timothy 1 verse 12. Are you fully persuaded that Jesus is the only way? Are you fully persuaded that Jesus is the sufficient way? Thirdly, almost, the dangerous word. Think of the emotion that is packed into the word almost, especially when their team almost won the game. Almost won. The 2 words together are gut-wrenching. There is not second chance. There is no trophy for the almost wins. There are no cheers, no banner, no victory celebration. It doesn't matter how close the team claims to winning. The game is over and they lost. Spiritually speaking, the words almost saved are just as final, but have far more sobering consequences. Almost persuaded to be a Christian is like the man who was almost pardoned, but he was hanged. Like the man who was almost rescued, but was burnt in the house. A man that is almost saved is damned. Some thoughts to ponder. Agrippa's fear to become a Christian invited ridicule. Agrippa's folly. He rejected the message of Jesus. Agrippa's fate, as far as can be determined, he never heard Paul again. It was probably his last chance to hear the gospel and be saved. What you might be if you are an almost Christian: 1, born in a so-called Christian country; 2, brought up in a Christian family; 3, member of a Christian church; 4, abound in Christian character and morals. What is it to be an almost Christian? One, it is to see your need and yet not confess it. Two, it is to wish to be saved and yet remain undecided. Three, it is to be at the door, but yet you are still outside. Are you an almost or an altogether Christian? If you are not a Christian, would you come today? Almost persuaded, come, come today. Almost persuaded, turn not away. Almost cannot avail. Almost is but to fail. Sad, sad, that better will. Almost but lost.